Hi everybody, we're back. Welcome to Rainy Day's Kitchen. Today, since it's getting close to Thanksgiving, we might get one more recipe in before Thanksgiving. But I thought we'd do a pumpkin pie. And we are going to use, it calls for half a cup of butter, but I'm going to use a fourth cup of butter and a fourth cup of shortening. I have a cup and a fourth of flour and a fourth teaspoon of salt. So let's get started. Okay. So first of all, I can't find my pastry blender, so we are going to try to do this without making my butter too warm. We'll slice our butter up, put it in there. I'm going to try to work it through with a fork best I can. And try not to touch the cold butter too much. Makes it flakier if you... Okay. And so let's do that first. I don't want to... If I touch it, it'll just melt. So I'm trying not to, but I'm probably going to have to. I can't see nothing. I can't see not using my fingers. It's just, I can't find my pastry blender. I don't know what happened to it. I think I've just put it somewhere I'm not used to putting it because it's not where I thought it should be. I mean, you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So, here we go. I'm gonna break it up real tiny because I got the shortening too to put in. And I want that butter to be as cold as possible, so. I want to actually show in the dough. This is all-purpose flour. Okay, now I'm going to put my shortening in. I mean, I know the shortening alone would give it a good crust, but the butter just has a better flavor. So we're kind of experimenting here. Okay, now I gotta have some ice water, so give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to get my apron on. So it calls for 1/4 cup of 1/4 cup of ice water, but as needed. So we're gonna put it in a tablespoon at a time.
a little bit more. Here's close. Okay, I think right there. Okay, now I'm going to wrap this in wax paper, or not wax paper, parchment paper for me. Okay, so I'm going to that into like a patty. Okay, and we are going to chill this for a couple hours actually, so I'm going to say an hour. It says more than that, but I'm going to do an hour so we can do our video. I think it'll be fine at an hour. Okay, meanwhile, let's make our filling. Okay, so we have pumpkin puree, and this is a small can. Then we have 2 eggs. We have it. The recipe I have calls for I think it's half a cup, but I said it wasn't sweet enough because that's the pie I made and that I showed you earlier, and it didn't have enough flavor or enough sweet, so I upped it to 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And I have a teaspoon of vanilla and spices on the bottom. And I have a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, and then I have a tablespoon of flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of salt. Let me see here what my thing says. Half teaspoon of salt. Then I have 12 ounces of cream. Now it calls for canned cream, evaporated milk, but I am out of that, so I'm using heavy whipping cream, and I think that that will work just the same, and it might even taste better. So here we go. First of all, we want to put in our eggs, brown sugar, pumpkin pie puree, or pumpkin pie spice, flour, and salt. So, flour and salt, pumpkin pie spice, eggs, 2, don't get any shells in your pie. Okay, 2. And what else did it say? Sugar, brown sugar. Okay, so put that all together. Now, get a whisk. It's not a whisk, we'll use a spatula. Don't make as much noise. Okay, so we're going to mix all that up. Make sure those eggs are mixed up good. Okay, so now, can you see that? I just want to make sure you can see it. We're good. So now we're going to add our pumpkin. The only reason it's in a jar is because I had a big can, and I had this left over, so. And get all that goodness out of there. Okay, good enough. Okay, now we're going to mix this up. We're going to add our milk. Well, sort of mixed. Our cream, I mean. And our vanilla. Okay. My mom made the best pumpkin pies ever. I don't know what she did different. They had more flavor. And it's like this pumpkin pie spice. I don't know if she added something to it to give it more of a flavor, but I don't know what she did. My sister has her crust recipe, but I don't know about her filling recipe. Wish I did. Ooh, that is lovely. It smells so good. Alright, so we have got our filling ready. As soon as our crust is chilled, we'll come back and we'll roll that out and get it into our pan. So, I'll be back shortly. Okay, I think our dough is chilled very well. So we're going to lay it out here. And we are going to start rolling it out. Oops, I better put some flour on this. See cracks, but that's okay. You can just pinch it back together and it'll be alright. Trying not to let it be too thick, like my one yesterday. Okay, see some repairs. It's okay. It will glue right back together. Alright, let's get our pie pan. I'm using an old aluminum one. My glass one's got the other pie crust in it. So what I'm going to do, pull this over. Oops, I didn't grease it. Alright, so now it's greased. We'll put it in here like this. I never was really all that great at pies. But I don't really practice pies a lot, so I do more stuff like baking cakes and cake pops, and I'm not going to trim all this off, but I'm going to trim some of it just to make it easier to flute. Yeah, just you don't want to trim it off because then you have nothing to make a pretty edge, which you don't have to have a pretty edge, but it's more fun that way. I'm going to try to have this in a glass pipe down. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to fold this under all the way around. That little edge that I left hanging over, I'm going to fold it under. Okay. Now I'm just going to do the fluting. You can tell where it's breaking apart in spots. I don't want to make a pretty edge, but it's okay. We will be all right. Okay, so it's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm also going to dock it. Just so it don't bubble up. I don't think I have to, but just guessing, I guess. So like I said, I don't bake pies a lot, so. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's pour our filling in there. Wow, that's a good amount. Okay, there's that. Might make a tart or two out of that other stuff there. So I've got it all in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, a lot of people cover their edges, but Mom always just patted hers with water. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's pat it. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now I'm also going to put it on a baking sheet in case it spills over. Okay, so I'm going to put it in this baking sheet if I don't spill it all first. Looks slowly sitting there, but we're talking about clumsiness here. Well, what a predicament. Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Aha! We did it. Okay, so this is ready to go into the oven at 425 for 15 minutes. Then we're going to reduce the heat to 350 and leave it for 40 more minutes. So I will be back once it's cooked. Okay guys, it's done. Now I'm going to let it cool, and then we will come back and try a piece. All I did was stick a toothpick down in it and it came out clean. So that's what we were looking for. As soon as it cools, we'll do a taste test. My favorite part. Alright, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so our pie is done. Okay, so let's cut it. Put it on a plate. Put some whipped topping on it. And try it. Okay, let's see here. Ooh. Okay. Come away from the... They come away from the... There we go. Well, so far it tastes good. Okay, it's a little bit frozen still. How about like that? There we go. Okay, it really looks good. Okay, so there we are. So honey, you want to come over here and be my taste tester?
Why, sure I do.
Okay, so I'm going to let him try it first.
Yes, ma'am.
Come this way so everybody can see you get a bite.
Oh my, that's delicious.
You good? Okay, you heard
I
it.
get another one, right?
You get another bite? Sure. Here you go.
That's good. That was delicious.
Great. Glad to hear it. You see how my crust fell down there? I don't know why I did that.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't cool
If you
enough.
guys know why,
Maybe it wasn't cool enough.
you think maybe it could be, maybe.
Yeah, because the pie's still a little bit warm.
He's right. It's still just a tad bit warm.
But my goodness, the taste is awesome.
It is really good. Really good. And smack my lips and everything. Yeah. Even my crust turned out really good. Yay!
Okay, where's the rest?
Here, you can have this and run away with it.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, I am so glad that y'all joined me. And here's my little food journal. I don't have pumpkin pie in there yet. But if you guys would like to know where to get this, I'll put a link in the description. What else I was going to say? Can't remember. Mom will say it must not have been important then. But anyway, there it is. Give it a try. Pumpkin pie, you can't go wrong with pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. So, thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. And I will see you next time.